Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James coming to you live from Dolphin Studios, I guess, somewhere close by. Anyway, we have a wonderful show for you, so stick around. We have a wonderful guest who is brand new to the show. We're going to recap the St. Genevieve football game and, of course, the JV report. So stick around, and we'll come back to you live on the other side of our intro video. All right? Thanks for watching. Go Pali.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a beat! 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 Stop playing with a beat!
Some call it the gridiron.
Nice run, way to skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pain.
Too much.
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Glad that you could come on out and hang on out with us a little bit on this wonderful Monday evening. Going into week number 4, I believe. And so, yes, it has been a busy week for me and mine over here, especially last week. Man, just football. But just so happy that you could tune in. If you happen to be watching the live right now, do me a favor. Go ahead and drop some comments in the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. Just let me know who is in the house, who is definitely supporting Pali football this Monday night. And, of course, we have Monday Night Football going on. And so, the Seahawks look kind of good with Geno Smith doing this thing over there. When I left, I think they were up by 3 points. But, it is what it is. It's still early in the game. And, when you have Russell Wilson back there, quarterback, and you never know what might happen. So, but, I'm glad that you took some time to step away from that football game to talk about Pali football. So, again, just let us know if you're here watching live. That'd be really, really cool. And then if you just happen to watch the replay, let us know by typing in hashtag replay squad. That would be really, really cool. And that way we can reach out to you and just say, hey, we appreciate you watching. Anyway, we got a fun-filled show talking about football. And, of course, last week, it was a hot, scorching week last week. I mean, the temperatures were up there in the high 90s. In some places, it was in the hundreds. And we were able to get a football game in a nice, relatively cool weather out there in the valley. We thought it was going to be very, very hot. But Mother Nature had its own plan. So it did rain on us. But before we get to talking about the game here, let's go ahead and, I always like to go ahead and start off with just some Pali football updates. And so we'll get into the recap. And, again, we have a special guest as well. So it's going to be really, really fun. So let's go ahead and hop in. We have some comments real quick. And I think that was just me saying hello to everyone. There we go. Just saying hello to everyone and make sure this is right here smack dab in the center. Yes. And then I was just checking where we're live. So we're live on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page. And we happen to be live on our Twitter page as well. So let's go ahead and hop into our Pali football updates, if you will. Not that one, but let me go ahead and click this one out. So we have a couple of updates that we want to make everyone aware of. Again, I'm always going to say this, and especially for our dads, for those of you who like to be on the chain gang, have a wonderful perspective of the football game. Dads, we need you to sign up on our for our home games. Go to the Sign Up Genius. The link is right there. The information is right there. Probably the best vantage points on the field besides on the home team side. So there you go, dads. We need you. Definitely this week. And most definitely next week, because we have 2 games, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And then always Press and Sew, wonderful way for you to get your merch. Go to the website pressandsew.com/Pali Football. And again, we have they have sizes all the way up to 5X, I believe. And so it might cost you a little bit, but definitely go over to Press and Sew, get your merch. And when we're home next week, we'll have some items in the store. In the stadium for you to purchase as well. I believe some caps, crop tops, pajamas, things of that nature. So always check out the merchandise store when we are at our home game. And so hopefully next week against Brentwood, you have an opportunity to purchase some of those items there. And then this week again is week 4. This was supposed to be our original bye week. However, we know what happened. And so, last week was our bye week. And then, 2 weeks ago we had our bye week, and then last week we played St. Genevieve, and so this week we're playing Cleveland High School, and so we're going to go over to Cleveland. They needed a team to play, and so we're going to play them, and so you see the information there. Friday, September 15th, JV at 4 and the varsity at 7. Now, with regards to that, tickets can be purchased on gofan.co, and so a lot of high schools are doing tickets differently. Last week, we walked up to the stadium and purchased tickets, but for this particular week, go to gofan.co, and if you type in Cleveland High School, I'm sure you'll get the information that you need. And in fact, if I can pull it up, so you can get a heads up in terms of what it looks like, that might be able to assist you a little bit better when you go to purchase your ticket. So here we go right here. That's what the page looks like on gofan.co. And I'm sure if you put in Cleveland High School or Grover Cleveland High School, you should get something that looks like this in terms of the ticket prices. They're $10 general admission. Students with IDs are $6. And so that's what it is. Okay. So definitely get your tickets, and we would love to see you come out and support, against Cleveland High School. Now here's a big, here's the big thing. And some of my, some of the Pali football players were like, hey, we're not getting any respect, right? Eric Sonheimer was writing, and, a few other folks were writing, well, yeah, the opponents that Palisades have played, they're only 1-10 on the season, and, blah, blah, blah. Well, it is what it is. What we do is win. And so no matter if you're 0 and whatever, or, if you're, I don't want to say 15-0 because, we haven't faced a team that's 15-0, but we're definitely going to put a good team on the field, ready to battle week after week. And so, we're trying to earn our stripes. We're going to earn our respect. And I think this Cleveland game and then the following week with Brentwood is definitely going to allow us to earn our stripes and earn some respect amongst folks in the city. Yes, we are ranked at number 3, but again, you have that knock. Well, who have they played? Well, we've played some opponents, and we've kind of, run over them a little bit. Last week we had some problems, but the main thing, we won, and we're continuing to win. And, the boys are excited, ready to go to battle with, anybody who's on the field with them. And so, again, this coming week is going to be Cleveland, and we look forward to seeing them at Cleveland. We encourage you to come on out and support the boys. And then week after that, September 21st and September 23rd. And this is the one that will have 2 games, right? And so Wednesday, the JV game will be played at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock on that Wednesday, September 21st, 4 o'clock against the JV team from Brentwood. And so, again, going back to the chain gang, dads, we're going to need you to come out and support and, help us. And definitely those of you who are doing concessions, I believe we'll probably run maybe some concessions on the home side. Not too sure about the visitor side as of yet, but once as we move closer and closer to the game, you'll have more information as it relates to the concessions. But just know, on that Friday, September 23rd, oh yeah, it's on. It's going to be a full-on football game with concessions on both the home and visitors side. And so we definitely need your support. And that's a big game. That's a showdown on Sunset. So we want you to come on out. that's going to be a tough match. We always play Brentwood. They always play us tough. We always play them tough. So it's going to be a good match, okay? And then last thing before I move into recapping the game against St. Genevieve, I said what I was going to do is recap or highlight some of the past football players who have come through Pali's program who are actually playing on Saturdays. And so I have these two individuals, and you kind of got a glimpse of them a few moments ago. We have some past Pali, alumni, Pali football alumni who are playing on Saturday. So I just want to highlight them real quick. They happen to be teammates at the same time at Pali. So here they are, excuse me, Will and Jake, two ballers, just straight two ballers. Whatever you ask them to do, they did it, right? Receiving, DBs, just going at it, true ballers. And so they were fortunate enough to go to the College of Idaho, where they're actually on scholarship and they're playing on that football team as well. So not only were they Pali teammates, but they also went on to the College of Idaho, and they're playing football over there. So I just kind of want to highlight those two guys, and we'll highlight some of the other guys like Quinn Perry, Sayer, and some others. I'm trying to get a feel of a couple more that might be out there playing on Saturdays as well. So just congratulations to them as they continued, begin their season this year, and just appreciate Lisa Janae for sending me those photos. All right, so let's go ahead and get into, and I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with this call. Let's get into the JV report real quick. Our JV team actually lost against St. Genevieve as we begin the recap section. A hard-fought game. They lost 14-6, and so I did have an opportunity to talk to Coach Todd about what happened during that game, and so here's that interview. All right, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James here at where are we? LA Valley College, LA Valley College for a JV game. JV played St. Genevieve, and unfortunately, we did not come out on top. We took a L tonight, 14-6. Coach Todd, just kind of tell us a little bit of what happened. It looked like it was maybe a defensive game. So just kind of fill us in terms of what happened with the squad during the game.
It was a really competitive game. St. Genevieve is a well-coached team, really well-coached. Our defense carries us every week, so it was definitely a defensive battle. But in games like this, it was a little bit of weather with water and rain and some things making our ball slip. We just weren't used to that part of the game yet. Don't want to make any excuses for my team ever. So I want to say that, we could have played better, I think. We had some fumbled snaps and some, a drop pass here and there, but overall, we could have played better, but it was a good game. I think it was a good game.
Absolutely. So I got here, I think, and in the middle of the third quarter, and you guys were down. I think it was 6-2. I'm not too sure. I know you guys didn't have anything. Yeah. I think they had maybe a touchdown. Yeah. No, it wasn't 14. But so just kind of talk about some of the elements that you had to deal with. You mentioned the weather, and then just kind of talk about the elements a little bit more. In terms of it affecting your team, not able to, get in a good groove.
You know what? We're a big play offense, so when we score only one touchdown on the game, something definitely affected us. And the weather and us throwing the ball down the field, making the connections that we usually make, were definitely key things in the game. I believe that once we got going, we had things that stopped our momentum, which was like a turnover snap. We had bad snaps today because of the element. Our centers, we used 3 different centers today because we were having snaps over the head and things like that. We just have to come more prepared as far as element, like water. I mean, in practice, I'm going to put water on the ball. I know that. That's my next move in practice, to put water on the ball.
Well, the good thing about it, I mean, both teams had to endure just the wet weather here. It's wet, but it's not raining. But that does have an effect on the ball game. Now, also, I noticed that I saw number 14 in at QB instead of number 10. I think Matthias is number 10. Was that something that was planned, or did you make a switch during the middle of the game?
No. We came in with the plan. We started Ty as a quarterback. Ty's a little bit more elusive, and he can move. He moves a little differently. But they were going to both split the game anyway and get equal time. We wanted to just see, if there was something there as far as the quarterback controversy. We want to make sure, we can settle the score by, letting them both play. And they both did a really good job. They both made some really good plays and good throws. So it goes on and on. It's a good place to be in. If you have two quarterbacks that are worthy and able, I never have a problem. But Ty throws a really good deep ball, and Matias is just a really smart game manager. He can throw the ball as well, of course, but he really knows how to manage our team, our offense.
Absolutely. And then last question, Coach. With us not playing last week, how did your boys feel about not playing in their version of the Charter Bowl? We know it got canceled, supposedly because of fire. But just what was the morale of the team after not being able to play last week? And then also question part two, dealing with this extreme heat that's been out here, well, not necessarily in Pali, but just dealing with the heat in general for practice.
Well, I think the boys were really bummed. They would have played in 120-degree weather last week, and they were really bummed going into Labor Day weekend. They wanted to, they wanted that game against Granada. So coming back on Tuesday, because we're off Labor Day Monday, coming back on Tuesday, I think they were all in a kind of a funk, you could tell, and that's why I kind of really got on them about, maybe they were feeling themselves too much, thinking they were just too good because they hadn't played, we're still undefeated. So, going into this week, I definitely shook some things up and differently. So that's what the quarterback addition, adding just a little bit of competitive nature to the quarterback position, and then getting our guys going. But I think this week coming up is going to be the most crucial week for us because it's back to normal work week. We got 4 days to prepare, and we come off of a loss. This is really going to test our morale and our character as a team. So it's big, but I mean, we're in a good situation to me. Going into Cleveland next week. So,
absolutely. Now, Cleveland, obviously, with last week being our, our council game, that was moved to our bye week, and then next week, which was originally our bye week, is a scheduled game against Cleveland. So I'm sure you'll put together another wonderful plan for the JV squad, and they'll probably come out on top, and I'm sure they'll be ready for the heat as well because it's supposed to be hot as well. But I appreciate you, Coach.
Yes,
let's see if we can go get them next week against Cleveland.
Hey, I appreciate you, man, and always go Pally. Got to get our varsity ready to go do some work.
Absolutely. All right, that was Coach Todd.
Thanks a lot, man.
Not a problem. Coach Todd, this is Facebook James signing off for the JV Report. Thanks for watching. All right, so there you have it. Coach Todd just saying that, he had planned to put in a two QB system just to see if if the guys can play. It's nice to know what you have in the tank, right? And so putting those QBs together, in the ball game to see how they can execute, and then also, we know that the elements definitely played, a factor in the game because, we haven't or they haven't practiced in rain or slippery environment, and so they're used to firing, scoring some points. And so last week they did not score any points. And so hopefully they can get back on the board with the win. So just appreciate Coach Todd and what he's doing with the JV team. And so Xavier Riley. What's going on, sir?
What's going on?
Hey. What's going on, Facebook? Oh, man. Okay, someone said I lost audio. Let me see. If you can, Xavier, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me just double check. Okay, it's back. Okay, thanks, Lorenz. All right, so, welcome to the show. Now, I started the show with one of your older brothers.
Yes.
And I know you were like, "Hey, man, why don't we just record it?" I'm like, "No, man, ain't nothing better just to go ahead and do it and go live, man." So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. All right, so Savior, as your title says, you're the varsity captain or one of the varsity captains this year. What does it mean? And we'll kind of cover some of these questions before we get into the recap. What does it mean to you to be one of the captains of this varsity team?
Means a lot. I was chosen for a reason. Leading my team, encouraging them constantly. Being on their necks. You know, just keeping the ball rolling, keeping the Pali program does. Taking charge and doing what needs to be done on the field and off the field.
Absolutely, man. And so, now I'm gonna ask you this question. You've had two older brothers to come through the program, right? So, do you feel like you're playing in their footsteps?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So tell us why you're not playing in their footsteps.
Uh, you know, One played line, another played linebacker. I'm much smaller, faster. But I'm just walking in my own cleats at this point. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm just walking my own cleats.
Got you.
Doing
Yeah. No, go ahead and finish.
that's it.
That's it. Okay. So you're not worried about walking in their footsteps. You got your own pair of cleats that you're running,
Fully.
doing things in.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then one point of controversy, did you say that you were the fastest out of the
I
three
did.
brothers?
I am the fastest,
Oh.
and that is a fact.
Okay. See, we might have to do a part two and settle this, on a live kind of competition. We have to get your older brothers. I don't know if they're listening right now, but I'm sure, your older two brothers would have something to say about you being the fastest.
They sure would, but they know they know what it is.
They know who it is. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, this is your senior campaign, man. What has it been like for you to experience, Pally football? You dealt with with Coach Hyde, and you're one of the lucky ones to kind of deal with Coach Hyde in your tenth grade year in that COVID year. He calls it the COVID year.
Mhm.
What does it feel like now, man, to be in your final years of your senior high school playing football,
Man, it feels like I woke up in ninth grade and now I'm a senior. It's just I can't believe it. Going back to like ninth grade, sixth period was lifting, and then you know COVID hit and they just took some time off, and all of a sudden I'm a senior. Just like it's fast forward, and I'm about to end the season, go to college. I just find it insane that time has been ticking.
Yeah, no, time has been ticking. Time does not stop for anyone, and I can definitely say that, for those of us who've been around Pally football for a long time. I mean, right now we're almost halfway through the season. This is
Yeah.
game 4, right? And it's just going to continue. We always tell the new parents that and the new players, it's going to be over before you know it, right? And so, to borrow a quote from another um, a college football coach, he was just encouraging the city to come out. He was just like, look, we only got 6 or 7 games for you to come on out, and support us. And so same thing with Pally. You only got about 5 or 6 home games. And so we got to do what we can do to sell the student body, sell the parents and supporters of Pally football, man. So it's good that you recognize that, in the blink of an eye, it's almost over. But at the same time, well, let me ask this question. Are you having fun playing football for Pally?
Of course, of
What's
course.
what's fun about it for you?
You get to run and hit people. You get to run and hit people. Who doesn't want to run and go knock someone over?
Got you. Got you. No, it's spoken like a true football player, man. That's awesome. And so, I've noticed now, if you're new to the show and if you don't know who Xavier Riley is, and I wasn't going to say this until near the end, but Xavier is actually my youngest son, right? We started the show with his brother Cy going live on Thursday nights or recording it, and then me putting it up on Friday morning, just trying to get everyone hyped up. But we kind of changed the format a little bit, and so just in case you didn't know, you didn't make that connection, this dude here is my youngest son. Okay, So let's go ahead and begin to recap the game against St. Genevieve. You guys jumped out to a good lead. Sean Greer caught a couple of touchdowns. You went up 28 nothing at halftime, right? How was the morale, on the team just right before you went to halftime?
Uh, Everything was good. It was up 28 nothing. It felt good. It you know I feel like that we was too relaxed. Just doing whatever because we're up 28-0, and But as soon as halftime was over, we came out. Offense, they had some problems, and defense, we was worn out. The physical and the mental was just too much, and we slowed down a little bit as we discussed earlier today during film, and they tried coming back, and
No, man, they didn't try to come back. They did come back. I mean, they scored 21 points, and like you said, just the physicality of it all. They gained some momentum,
they
right,
did.
during the game, and yeah, they gained some momentum. There was some, in my mind, there was some questionable calls from coming from our sidelines, but that's what football is. Football is sometimes a gamble, right? And so if you take that gamble and you win, then everybody's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you take the gamble and you lose, everybody's really, really critical about the situation. So yes, you know, you guys had it going. I mean, Sean was catching passes. I think Chris scored on a pass. Augie scored. I was just like, yes. I love Augie. I love Augie. And so everything was going well. And then second half hits. And like you said, you guys came out sluggish. And you guys were on the field for quite some time. So I'm sure that kind of gave in to the offense for St. Genevieve.
Yeah, that us the offense, going turn over the ball. Defense coming right off the bench. It just wore us out, and I kept telling them, don't bend, don't break. We're in the trenches, so which is towards the goal line. That's where the trenches is, and they scored a couple plays, and we was bending, but I kept telling them do not break, because if we break, the whole team's gonna break, and it's gonna end up being a battle. Who wants it more? And we wanted it more, so we came up on top.
Yeah, even though they were 0-3 as well. Like I said, going back to the earlier, and I think we even talked about, you had mentioned Eric Seinheimer had tweeted out, what teams, have Pali paid for, what teams has Pali played for them to be ranked number 3 in the city. But, you guys won handily, and I think you're only, the second half of that game last week was really a true test of how, how bad you guys really wanted to win. And then, as they were driving, or actually, no, near the end of the game, somebody got in the game, and they just sprinted for like a 40-yard touchdown, man. And that somebody was you, man.
37-yard touchdown.
How did that feel?
It felt great. Can't thank the linemen enough. They opened that big, gigantic hole, which caused me to go and sprint 47 yards.
I think this is it right here.
That is not it, though. That is
no, that's not it. Hold on. I got it for you. Hold on. I had it queued up, son. I had it queued up, and so I think I was messing around. Yeah, that's not it. And I got you mixed up again with Chris. So please forgive me. But I'm going to find. I got you. Hey, I promise you, I had the clip, son. I had the clip for. I'm going to find it real quick. Let me get back to where we are. So, yeah, man. But, yeah, so just kind of tell us in your mind, when you got the ball, when you knew your name was going to be called, just kind of walk us through that play.
Coastal Henry, he told me come stand by the side. Um, I was really gassed, coming off the defensive side, and he's like, come stand by me. You about to get in. Chris is he had some injuries. He was hurt, and so they decided to give him a playoff, and they put me in. And so when I saw that big gigantic gap, I just took it and I
There you
sprinted.
go. See,
You
now I
go.
got you.
You go.
There you go. And then, I mean, you just blew. I mean, you kind of went by untouched.
But it wasn't touched. It was touched. I believe the backers, you can see them blitzing right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
You can see them blitzes, and which they no backers right there. So that just caused the wide open gap because
yeah,
nobody's there to disrupt the play. So
yeah. Yeah. So from as I called it, I was like, okay, because I knew Chris was in. Like I think he was in the play before, and so I didn't see you. I didn't see him come out and you go in, and so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's Chris. I was like, and then I stopped and I was like, oh, that's Savior, and of course, that old saying, that's my boy, right? And it goes,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that saying goes back to I think when one of your brothers caught an interception, and one of our mutual friends, Patrick Payne, was like, that's your boy or something, and so that's kind of been like my trademark. Anytime I see, one of my sons do something on the field, and so it was just so great to see because this really kind of clinched the game for you guys. I mean, they would have needed at least 2 scores to really come back because you guys were up 21-28, and so by virtue of you going and scoring that touchdown, that 6 points, and then we're unable to get that PAT, but that made it 34-21, and that really saved the game for you guys. Yeah. So congratulations again, man. That was a wonderful experience, at least for me, being a dad on the sideline. That was great to see. What did your teammates have to say to you when you came back to the sidelines?
They told me I'm the GOAT. They told me I'm the hero.
Okay, absolutely. No, man, you saved the game.
I put on my Superman cape and I said, somebody's got to make a play, and I made that play.
No, you did. You made that play. You made that play. And so let's just kind of look. Let's look backwards just a tad, and then look forwards. Okay. So we did not play against Granada Hills. How did you feel about not playing against Granada Hills in your final charter bowl as a senior at Pali?
Man, I was bummed. The whole team was bummed. I'll take you when I found out the news. I was in the coach's office, and I was grabbing the yogurt, filled back up the yogurt, and when my teammates came in, they said, "Game's canceled, game's canceled." At first, I'm just thinking they messed around. I walked outside. I saw Coach Moss on the phone, and he gave me the nod, and I was like, "Man, that's rough." Everybody was prepared. We was ready to go. He was about to walk up to the bus, and game got canceled. And then Coach Moss he brought back some hope. He said, "Might be able to get it here tonight." And then I walked away for 2 seconds, and he said it's not gonna happen, and we got to reschedule for someone else. And play Cleveland on our bye week.
Yeah, I was devastated as I walked to the car and I got the phone call, and I was just like, oh, come on, man. The adults in this situation, they could have done a lot better job to make sure that this football game happened, because you only get a certain amount of football games, especially as a senior, right? You only get a certain amount of football games, and so you want to take every advantage to hit the field, give it your best shot, and try to win the game. And for you guys to not have that happen, I think it was a negative mark on the adults in the situation, because it could have been spun differently. Things could have been done differently, either played on a different day, whatever the case might have been. To make it happen. But I just felt bad for you guys, because you guys really wanted to play and see how the chips were going to fall. So but looking forward, we can't go back in the past and talk about Granada Hills. We can only look to the future. So,
Yeah.
Cleveland High. Are you guys? Well, today is the first day of you guys getting your practice in. Tell us about the preparation that you guys will go through to prepare for Cleveland.
So Mondays we'll do install, which that was today. We did a little bit of conditioning because you can tell that we need it by Saint Genevieve, so I did some conditioning, and then defense we did install. What we're gonna do, how we're gonna plan out what we're gonna do for that this Friday, and a little bit of practice. Friday we'll be prepared, go to Cleveland High School, and play that game.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a question. Are they going to still run the double wing tee that they ran a couple of years ago?
So we call it the butt sniff defense.
The who? You call it the who?
The coaches call it the butt sniff defense. So as we know, a former coach, he coaches there now.
Yes.
He runs kind of the spread offense.
Yes.
So the spread, like a West Coast type deal, and so I don't think we're going to see that this thing, but yeah, it's going to be a fun game.
Absolutely. Patricia Hudson, Sean Greer's mom, was on, and she just said, hello, Sean Greer's mom. Great job, Savior. And you know what? Great job for Sean. Sean had 2 wonderful touchdown passes to kind of start things off. And so he would have had a third had it not been called back. But no, he was definitely in the mix. He's the one that helped us get up 28 points.
Fun fact about Sean, he's a 3-sport athlete. He plays basketball, football, and soccer. He's at soccer practice right now.
Absolutely. So that's what's up, man. And those are kind of guys that we need. I know there was some speculation in terms of, Pali ain't going to have that many ballers and blah, 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 and they're not going to be good as last year or whatever. No, we're as good as we need to be this year, and that's what you guys are doing. You're making your own, leaving your own legacy with this team. You got some ballers, and one thing, I just have to point out, Pali's following is so great. I mean, we had a dad watching from Mexico City on Friday night, right? And so, this live stream that we, she says, this live stream that we do is no joke. And parents love to see that their children, that the boys, the fellas are doing what they're doing on the field, working hard. And so, shout out to Michael, because I'm talking about his dad. He was watching way over in Mexico City. So, just so happy to, provide this service for you guys. And then Patricia says, she's let me get my mouse over here real quick. She says, yes, I'm here waiting for soccer to be done. So that's all good. We appreciate you watching, Patricia. And, I'm going to get Sean on here, one day, as soon as, he gets done making all of his TikTok videos. Because, every time I scroll on TikTok, he got like 5 videos, and he just like looking and dancing. I'm like, okay, him and Augie should do a video together. They should make a video together because Augie's always on there. And then let's talk about Augie for a hot second, because I know his dad was watching. This dude is a freshman.
Yes, he is. That he is.
He's 14.
That he is.
He's 6'4".
That he is.
I mean, just can you just fan him a little bit? Be a fanboy. What is the upside for Augie as it relates to being a member of the Pali football team?
Augie's all around, plays defense. He's filling in for Cameron, who hurt his hand. He's an all-around player. He's a team player. What more can I say? He's a baller.
Absolutely. No, he's definitely a baller, and I think he's going to be an asset for definitely for Pali football for the next couple of years. And so again, just hats off to Augie, hats off to Sean, hats off to Michael, and maybe we can get those guys on here, as well as Roman and Zach as well. I know we have a 2 QB system, and they've been relatively there's been some ups and downs, right? And so it's been working a little bit. And I think, the coaches are going to continue to make the right decisions for the Pali football team. However they need to win, the coaches are going to definitely do, things that are necessary to get you guys on top. And hopefully we can get back in the playoffs, and hopefully we can take it just a little bit further than we did last year. Man, anything else, Mr. Xavier Riley, varsity captain, co-captain?
Oh,
Well, look, man, I appreciate you hopping on here. Sit tight. Sit tight. But before I leave you, do you have anything you want to say to the viewers who are watching or who will watch the replay, sometime this week?
thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in with Facebook James and I. We appreciate it. You know,
And what about this coming Friday?
we're gonna dominate. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We're gonna go to Cleveland and we're
That's
gonna
how the
dominate.
P's do it. That's how the P's do it.
That's how the P's do it. Absolutely. Will you sit tight, Savior? You sit tight in the green room, and we'll come back after the show. Okay, so just sit tight. Appreciate you taking time from your very busy schedule because I know you just got home about an hour ago. You had dinner, and now you got about to hit the books, I think. Wink, wink. So just sit tight, my man. All right.
Got you.
All right. All right, guys. So, man, that's the show, man. We had Xavier Riley, one of the captains of the varsity football team, join us tonight, and he was just talking about the ups and downs so far in the season. This is week number 4, and they're looking to go 4-0 as well. And so we've had wins over San Fernando. We've had wins over El Camino. We've had wins over St. Augustine, and we're looking for our 4th win against Cleveland High School. So we just encourage you all to come on out, be a part of, the winning squad this week as we travel over to Cleveland High School. Other than that, Patricia, I appreciate you watching. I see Lorenz is watching as well. So yes, we look forward to seeing everyone this coming Friday. Hopefully nothing will happen. Hopefully there won't be a fire. Hopefully the heat won't rise up. The heat index won't be as hot as it was last weekend. So we can have a wonderful week of football at Cleveland High School. So we'll see you there on the JV team or JV field at 4 o'clock. Varsity plays at 7, and it's going down, baby. It's going down. Octavia, hey, Octavia. See, now Octavia, you know what? I appreciate you watching as well. Octavia Washington is Chris Washington's grandmother. So she was watching, and I believe she was at the game on Friday. So appreciate you hopping on, letting us know that you're watching. And then Patricia says, I love what you do. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I'm just so happy to provide this service for everyone. So as we finish up, let me make sure I go through my last few announcements. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow us on TikTok. If you're a TikTok person, you can see all of Sean and Augie's videos, right? So follow us on TikTok. I'm going to have to get some more footballers and see who else is on there. And then subscribe to our YouTube channel, This Week in Pali Football. So if you want to watch this episode, you can go back to This Week in Pali Football, look for this particular episode. And then, of course, Pali HS Football on Instagram. That'll be great as well. And we're also on Twitter. So Pali HS Football. I guess I should do one of these overlays for Twitter as well, for those of you who like to tweet. Anyway, here, let me go back into the comments. Absolutely. We got to give the big men some comments. Octavia says, here, this is very, very, very important. She says, don't forget, I'm Nick grandmother. I can't even say it. She's Nick's grandmother too, right? So Nick Washington, Chris and Nick are brothers. So, we can't forget the big men up front. So, a lot of time they go unnoticed, but it's definitely an important job that these men up front, if they don't snap the ball, hold the blockers, then our QBs, our running backs, receivers are not able to do what they need to do to get loose and score some points. So definitely I don't want to leave out Nick. Awesome dude on that front line. So I appreciate you again for watching. And you know what, you guys, that's all I got. So tune in next week tune in next Monday at 7:30. We'll come back and we'll talk about our win. We'll talk about the Cleveland game. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you this coming Friday in the stands, and shout me out. If you see me, just, hey, what up, Facebook James? And other than that, hey, go Pally, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.
Hey, win on me, win on three. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a beat! Stop playing with a beat! Stop playing with a beat! Stop playing with a beat!